How's it going, everybody? It's Mike from PC Classic Cars, back with another test drive video. Today we are in our 1969 Chevrolet C10 CST short wheelbase pickup. All right, so again, we have a 69 Chevrolet C10. This is a factory CST short wheelbase pickup. We do have the SPID decal in the glove box, and this is a really cool truck. Originally, it is a factory black CST truck. Originally, it would have been bucket seat interior, but now it is red bench seat. We'll dive into that a little bit further here. On your mechanicals, you have a non-original 350, more of a stock style motor than anything, nothing high performance. Just a good motor to hop in and cruise and drive around town, hop on the highway. But it's not going to win you any races. Just, again, stock style little 350. Is backed by a $700 R4 overdrive transmission, so you do have that good highway gear. You can cruise this truck at 65, even 70 miles an hour without a problem. You can hop on the interstate and keep up with traffic. You are optioned with power steering, and then you do have power front disc brakes. Both of those perform excellent. This also does have aftermarket AC. You have the underdash unit here with the compressor in the engine bay. The AC blows nice and cold, the heat blows hot. The blower motor has a good volume of air. So that's a really good bonus for the truck. And then again, the ride feel is good. Doesn't beat you to death. We'll talk about the suspension on our bumpy road on the return trip. But it cruises nice and straight, and it's a fun, easy truck to drive. You do have headers, dual exhaust. They're a knockoff Flowmaster muffler with tailpipes, not terribly loud. I've had a lot of people comment and say on my videos, Mike, you're saying that the exhaust isn't very loud, but all we hear in the video is the exhaust. Well, I have a microphone attached to the very back bumper right next to the tailpipe, so you're going to pick up the exhaust note more than what you're going to hear here in person. Going down the road, you hear the exhaust a little bit, but it's not terribly loud. We put that microphone back there so you can get an accurate feel hearing of what the truck sounds like when someone goes past you. But usually they're quieter for the person in the truck than it is outside, which is what you guys are hearing in the videos. But again, the exhaust sounds good. It's not terribly loud. Steers nice. The front disc brakes, I forgot to mention, they are a power disc brake, and the front kit is a CPP front disc brake conversion. It's a good kit, good quality stuff. I've used it on a bunch of personal vehicles. I have some CPP equipment on a couple of my personal cars as well, so good quality stuff there. And then the steering is a standard power steering. Couple items not working. Speedo and the tach aren't doing anything. The Speedo's making some noise. It probably needs a new Speedo cable, and then the tach, I don't know why it's not working. It's probably not hooked up properly with the ignition system. You do have an aftermarket temp gauge under the dash. You have good oil pressure. The voltage gauge kind of like moves, but it's not doing a whole lot, so I have it listed as a no. And then you have, I believe the other items were the reverse lights. The common reverse lights across all of these old cars, the reverse lights never seem to want to work, and I don't ever care to fix them. So it could be as simple as fixing some bulbs or a little bit of wiring, but the reverse lights don't work. And then same thing with the sprayers for the washer fluid. All pretty minor stuff. About like a third throttle right there. Nice positive shift from the 700. And the truck again has a really good road feel. It's a nice cruising truck. I'd say we're probably, I don't have my GPS pulled up on my phone, but we're probably doing about 65 miles an hour right now, and the truck is very comfortable there. That 700 makes a huge difference over a turbo 400 or a turbo 350. It's not always needed, but it always makes it a little bit more user-friendly. On your underneath, like all of these trucks, or most of them, the inner rockers have been done. Take a look at my additional photos. You'll see where the spots were done for the inner rockers. It's a good solid truck now, but it has had those done. I always like to notate that. This is a true short bed truck. The frame has not been shortened. It is a 115 wheelbase. Frame is great. No issues with any of that. So the underneath looks good. We'll put some photos in here so you guys can see that in the video, but take a look at PCClassicCars.com. You'll see some really good photos of the bottom sides of all of my vehicles. On your exterior, it is a factory black CST truck, so you do have the full side trim. I would say the paint is average on the truck. The bed looks really good. The fenders look really good. The hood is nice. I would say they could have done a better job on the bodywork on both of the doors. At the right angle, you can see a little bit of waviness in the bodywork, but overall the paint quality does show well. Around the cab molding, around the drip molding, it does have some imperfections in the paint. And then just miscellaneous flaws around the truck, but being black accentuates all of the flaws more than any other color. It's still a very presentable truck and it shows nice. I just like to nitpick them so people really know what they're getting. Still a truck to be proud of, drive your local shows, and it definitely gets a lot of looks being a black truck like this. I forgot to talk about the interior. This was originally a bucket seat center console truck. It's on the SPID decal. It was a factory bucket console truck. Now it is a replacement bench seat, red houndstooth with the red dash pad and the red headliner with the door panels. I think the black with the red is a great combo. The buckets are cool, but if you ever need to load up a third person, you can't. With this, you can definitely have 3 people in here comfortably to go drive. So there's positives and minuses to the buckets and the console and with the bench seat. It's a cool, rare option for the buckets and console, but I also don't mind the red interior. I think it looks killer. You do have speakers inside the door panels. They did cut the door panels to get the speakers there. They are there. Not how I would have done it, but it is there. It's to each their own on that. And then you do have a speaker up there on the cab, and then you have one over here as well. And then you have an aftermarket Pioneer stereo. I would go with a newer style stereo, but that's just me. Suspension, it has been lowered front and the rear. Obviously, just looking at the photos, you can see it's been lowered, but they used good quality components. The truck drives excellent. It doesn't beat you to death. It has the 20-inch Foose wheels on it. They do not rub. Well, if you put 3 people in here, 3 larger people, you might get a little bit of rubbing, but with just 2 people, me and my service manager, and we go drive it, we haven't had any rubbing issues. So it's set up well. It's not lowered too far where it beats you terribly going down the road. It's still a good, comfortable cruising truck. Seat position is nice. This is a non-tilt interior, but the steering wheel is a smaller wood grain steering wheel. I'm 6 foot tall and I have plenty of room between me and the steering wheel. I believe the seat can go back a little bit further. There's a little bit of room behind me, so I think you can slide the seat back just a little bit, but it doesn't need to be done. There's tons of headroom, tons of room between me and the steering wheel, so if you are a larger individual, you can fit in here pretty easy. Things that I would want to do to the truck over time, instead of messing with the factory gauges, I would go with the Dakota Digital setup. It's a great addition. You get all your value back out of it when you go to sell the truck. It just brings the inside up to a modern level. Or you could just fix the couple little standard gauges because the original gauges are nice. But that's, again, personal preference. And then I would just drive the wheels off this truck. It's a great short bed pickup. A lot of cool options on it. The air is a nice bonus. You already have power steering, power disc brakes, and it is a factory CST. A lot of people put the CST trim on them, but they're not real CST trucks. This one does have the SPID decal. You have your VIN tag and the door jamb over here. So no issues with any of that stuff, which is really cool. I love Chevrolet short wheelbase pickups. I do also like the long wheelbase ones, but for these, a lowered truck like this, the short beds are just kind of one of the staples of my inventory. I always keep them. Very rare do I get a factory black CST truck like this one, so pretty cool to get it. It's a fun truck to drive. You can take it to your local shows, drive it around town, drive it daily if you want to. Fix a couple of little things not working, and just have yourself a really kick-ass C10. And as always, I appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of my test drive videos. Make sure you check out the virtual description as well as the additional infos tab on my website. It's going to be pcclassiccars.com. If you click on the vehicle you're interested in, scroll below the photos, you'll see the 3 links. You'll see the test drive video, what you're watching. You'll see the virtual description where I dive into some more of the finer details of the truck, as well as the additional infos tab where I upload photos of all the imperfections, motor numbers, and my doesn't work section. So take a look at all that stuff, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks again for watching.